The Christmas tree twinkled faintly in the corner of our living room, its glow spilling softly into the hallway where I stood barefoot. It was 2:17 a.m., and I was wide awake, my heart hammering with excitement. I was sure I heard the sound of boots on our roof and the gentle clink of a sleigh landing just moments before. This was it, Santa Claus. I crept down the stairs, my hands clutching the cold wooden railing. The living room was eerily quiet, except for the faint crackle of the fireplace. And then I saw him, or at least I thought I did. A figure crouched by the tree, his back to me, pulling gifts from the sack slung over his shoulder. He moved slowly, deliberately, and his red coat glistened faintly in the dim light. I gasped softly, unable to believe my eyes. Santa was real. The figure froze. Slowly he turned his head toward me, but something wasn't right. His face wasn't round or jolly. It was pale, gaunt, and shadowed. His eyes gleamed like shards of glass. My chest tightened. "Santa," I whispered. He stood up, towering over me. His coat wasn't red. It was stained. The sack slung over his shoulder wasn't full of toys. It sagged unnaturally with bulges that made my stomach churn. "Go back to bed," he said, his voice a gravelly hiss. But I couldn't move. My eyes drifted to the floor near his boots. A shattered ornament lay there, its jagged edges glinting in the tree's light. And next to it, a trickle of something dark seeping into the carpet. I took a step back, my breathing quick and shallow. "You're not Santa." He smiled, his teeth yellowed and crooked. "And you're a clever one." My heart screamed at me to run, but my legs wouldn't listen. He dropped the sack, and something heavy inside thudded against the ground. The smell hit me then, a coppery metallic tang that made my stomach lurch. "You weren't supposed to see this," he murmured, pulling a knife from his belt. I stumbled backward, my mind racing. "My parents? They'll call the police." His smile widened. "Your parents are taking a long winter's nap." I turned and bolted for the stairs, his footsteps pounding behind me. My screams echoed through the house, but no one answered. I made it to my room and slammed the door, locking it with trembling hands. My phone was on the nightstand. I grabbed it and dialed 911, but all I got was static. The doorknob rattled. "I don't like loose ends," he said from the other side. I backed into the corner, clutching a baseball bat I kept under my bed. The door splintered as he forced his way in, the knife glinting in his hand. And then I woke up, or at least I thought I did. I was lying in bed, drenched in sweat, the Christmas morning light streaming through my window. Had it been a dream? Relief washed over me as I sat up. But then I noticed something on my nightstand. A shattered ornament, its edges glistening with a dark stain. And in the corner of the room, the sack,